Welcome back into Weather Underground. When we were tracking Hurricane Ian this time a year ago, we had a lot of comparisons to Charley and the very similar landfall locations of the two storm. Charley came in as a 150-mile-per-hour hurricane back in 2004. Ian, similar wind speeds, obviously much different size storm, but almost the same location of landfall. So, Dr. Knabb, I know that was something we talked about over and over last year, and the storms comparable in some ways, very different in others.
Yep. And, and after seeing their Southwest Florida home significantly damaged by Hurricane Charley in 2004, Jim Minardi and Teresa Fogolini worked with the Federal Alliance for Safe Homes to rebuild using Florida's strict building codes and high wind construction. And this home would go on to weather many additional storm threats, including Ian last year.
Yeah, so joining us now is Teresa. Teresa, you eventually left that home to downsize. You're living in the same area, but you, again, made your new home more resilient, and it survived Ian. Not just survived it, but it survived the storm beautifully. Can you tell us about the changes you made and how the house did during the storm?
Well, I think first and foremost, having worked with FLASH, Federal Alliance for Safe Homes, really informed and educated us about how to talk to our builder, what we were looking for, really paying attention to codes and the building process. So in everything from enhanced, the way the roof attachments were elevated, were 21 feet above sea level, the types of windows, the window reinforcements, all those things helped us as a consumer and a homeowner really make some informed decisions. And they were really hugely important to creating a home that we knew would be safe and we would not experience what we did, 20 years ago in Hurricane Charley.
Teresa, this phrase, build back better, it's used a lot, right?
Yes.
Now, in the immediate aftermath of Hurricane Charley, and that comparison between your home that was heavily damaged and the home across the street that was not, that became the tale of two homes that led to that storm-struck attraction at Epcot. But in the immediate aftermath, when people started to approach you about, we can build back better, did you think that was possible and within reach financially?
No. We had just purchased a humble little 1961 old Florida home, old terrazzo floors, the rolling windows. We had no concept. We didn't know what we were doing. So when we had the teams coming to us like Flash and Bob Vila and all of the Weather Channel teams that came and helped advise, we thought it was unattainable. And it really just was kind of like a dream that we were living in and really hadn't anticipated the amazing outcomes.
So in your mind, what made it possible? What makes it possible for someone else who might find themselves in your situation someday? Tell them what makes it possible to build back better and that maybe it doesn't cost as much as they might think as compared to a home that's less resilient.
Absolutely. Well, the building codes, for one, working with a builder that's knowledgeable, that has a very thorough understanding of the new codes and the enhancements that can be made. I think it's far smarter to make the investment on the front end in terms of like quality building, doing the enhancements and following the codes, and working with organizations like Flash, because what happens on the aftermath of a storm or going through some type of extreme weather event, the costs, the personal costs, the tangible costs far outweigh anything that you would do in terms of making an initial investment.
And let's talk about how the storm did during Ian and what your mindset was like. I would imagine that was different knowing you'd built better.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Anything was possible, right? Knowing that we were safe and that we would not go through what we went through, which was a very long process. And I'm not saying, we're very appreciative of what we went through, but I think this is attainable for anyone at any price range to be able to have a safe home, whether it's Charley or Ian or just a big storm, knowing that you're safe and knowing that there's no negative outcomes that will affect your life and those of your neighbors, because quite honestly, having neighbors that don't have homes built to the codes and to safety can affect your home, because things fly off their homes, which is what happened to our poor neighbors during Hurricane Charlie. Parts of our home were airborne and affecting, demolishing and causing destruction to our neighbors' homes.
Yeah, I would imagine your mindset was so much different. The experience is so much different. Well, Teresa, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you sharing your story.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
But Dr. Nahab, so many times we talk about building back better and what a difference it makes. And she says putting in the effort, the finances on the front end makes all the difference.
Yeah, so it's a real thing. People hear the phrase build back better, but I won't be able to afford that. It's not possible. Her example shows that it absolutely is. And the peace of mind she had during Ian, worth it. And for the long haul, they're in much better shape.